3, 2, 1.
From the studios of KTEN Television, this is KTEN News at 5.
Q.
Straight ahead on KTEN News at 5, veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan take their disability claims to Washington.
Plus, did the winter months help ease the drought? We'll show you what experts say.
And a fire at a Texoma middle school leads to an evacuation. Good evening, I'm Tom Crespo. Welcome to KTEN News at 5.
And I'm Meredith Saldana. Students were evacuated from a Sherman Middle School after a fire started inside one of the restrooms. Investigators are trying to determine what caused a trash can to catch on fire at Piner Middle School this afternoon. Fire officials say the fire started inside a restroom around noon. The school's principal and assistant principal were able to put the fire out with water. The Sherman Fire Department cleared the smoke out of the building, and students were evacuated for about 30 minutes. No one was injured.
Come on, one.
Authorities do not expect to file charges against a Texas man who opened fire on two heavily armed Oklahoma teenagers during an attempted robbery yesterday. Pottawatomie County Sheriff's Office says that 17-year-old Kenneth Chafin and 18-year-old Dylan King died yesterday in Maypearl, Texas. Authorities believe the Bethel Acres boys died of self-inflicted gunshot wounds earlier in the day. Pottawatomie County Sheriff issued a national alert after Chafin ran away from a home with a stolen truck, 17 guns, and thousands of rounds of ammunition. Sheriff's deputies traced that stolen truck to the scene of an attempted robbery in Ellis County. No one else was hurt.
Meredith on 3.
Authorities believe a police chase and shootout in North Texas may be tied to the murder of a Colorado prison chief. This morning's incident started in Montague County, where a sheriff's deputy was shot 3 times during a traffic stop. The gunman fled the scene and police followed. The suspect continued to fire at police vehicles, but no other injuries were reported during that chase. The chase ended when the suspect's car plowed into an 18-wheeler. The man got out and continued his gunfight with police. Officers returned fire, wounding the man and taking him into custody.
Wiping the full page.
2 Dallas men are behind bars in Atoka County accused of trafficking drugs. Victor Manuel Torres and Arturo Escoval Garcia were arrested on Friday. Atoka County Sheriff says that deputies found 1 pound of meth in the suspect's car at the intersection of Highway 3 and 69. The 2 men have been charged with aggravated trafficking in illegal drugs. They're expected in court next week.
Okay, Meredith.
A Denison man accused of taking sexual photos of women without their knowledge will undergo a competency examination. Abundio Vasquez was arrested in December. He's facing several charges, including one for allegedly photographing a woman while she changed clothes in a dressing room. The trial was set to begin this week, but a defense attorney requested he undergo a competency exam to determine if he's fit for trial. The results are unknown, but a trial date is set for April 22nd.
Turning to weather, is rain on the way. Alan Mitchell joins us with the first look at that forecast. Alan?
Tom, we've already seen a little bit of light rain earlier today, but there could certainly be another round of a few showers and thunderstorms this evening across the area as the night progresses. For tomorrow, a little bit of light rain here and there won't amount to much. Unfortunately, we need the rainfall desperately, but a cloudy, cool day tomorrow. Temperatures only around 50 to 52 for most of the afternoon, some 10 to 15 degrees below where we typically would be. We'll show you the weekend forecast. Check of radar as well in just a moment.
Thumbs up.
After 5 years of testing, a North Texas inventor is finally bringing his product to the market. The owner of the Hail Protector, who works out of his Gunner home, began taking orders this week. And we first told you about his invention in January. The Hail Protector is a battery-operated device that inflates around your car. It's supposed to be able to protect it from hail damage. And the price range for the product is $300 to $400.
Meredith on 2.
The Oklahoma House is considering a bill to protect homeowners after severe weather. The proposal would require roofers to buy a $30,000 bond. Lawmakers hope to protect residents from subpar roofing vultures who come to the state after severe weather. The bill's sponsor, Representative Mark McBride, says unlicensed roofers prey on homeowners after hailstorms and other severe weather.
Come on, one.
Even though spring is off to a bit of a chilly start and snow in some parts of the nation, more than half of the country is badly in need of moisture. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration released their 3-month spring outlook. It calls for a mixed bag that includes drought, potential flooding, and hotter than normal temperatures. Farmers are concerned the dry, hot conditions may force them to consider cutting back on production, which will be felt in food prices.
Moisture for the farmers, we need it. to catch up. I mean, that's the only way our boss is going to make the bills is the grain. I mean, that's our livelihood.
The outlook calls for more river flooding than last year, with the highest risk of North Dakota and parts of the Midwest.
A Marshall County commissioner gets stuck in a controversy over riding ATVs at Lake Texoma. District 3 Commissioner Chris Duroy spent much of the day trying to rescue his own backhoe from the mud in the sandy beach community of Venus Road. Last night, he was called to help a park ranger who got his pickup stuck while searching for scofflaws riding four-wheelers on the shore.
We were trying to get to them last night and get them unstuck, and like I said, we could have been 10 feet either way, and we'd have been just fine. It's just sometimes you get a little bad luck.
Ranger James Vincent says he spent 3 years trying to stop people from riding ATVs nearby. He says it causes erosion and violators can get a ticket. Some residents say they don't agree with the law.
2 shot on 2. 2 shot on 2.
The veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan are in Washington today demanding the end to an enormous backlog of veteran disability claims and other benefits.
A recent report found wounded soldiers are often forced to wait more than a year for benefits. NBC's Danielle Lee is on Capitol Hill with more.
He's up.
As the nation remembers the 10-year anniversary of the war in Iraq this week, a group of veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan are on Capitol Hill demanding lawmakers' attention. A report released by the Center for Investigative Reporting uncovered a backlog of about 900,000 claims at the Department of Veteran Affairs. The records indicate veterans wait on average more than 315 days for benefits, not the 273 days the VA reports. In several cities, the backlog is even worse, forcing many veterans to pay expenses out of pocket while they wait.
We need the president to step up and to solve this problem once and for all.
Minnesota Congressman Tim Walz called the situation appalling.
No citizen in this nation wants these warriors to come back and have to fight what were rightfully earned.
Around the Capitol, veterans asked other lawmakers for support. One tweeted a picture with Senator Barbara Boxer. "Thanks for a great meeting," he writes, #end the VA backlog. Representative Jeff Miller demanded the Department of Veteran Affairs do better.
What they need to look at is changing the culture within the system.
The VA estimates the backlog is less severe, closer to 600,000 claims. But officials admit it's unacceptable.
Look, this has been a problem that's been decades in the making. That's why we're taking it head on to solve this problem for good.
The VA says it's making changes, going paperless, and hopefully cutting the wait to about 125 days by 2015.
The VA says it's received an unprecedented number of claims in recent years, completing more than 1 million claims per year since 2010. In Washington, I'm Danielle Lee, NBC News.
Camera one's up.
In the Holy Land, President Obama vowed that the U.S. will always stand up for Israel, but he demanded that Israelis and Palestinians get back to the bargaining table. In Jerusalem tonight, the president was awarded the Medal of Distinction. He's the first U.S. president to receive Israel's highest honor. In the West Bank today, he demanded Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas restart the peace talks and that Israel should do the same.
He's up.
Then there's no point for negotiations. So I think it's important for us to work through this process, even if there are irritants on both sides.
Back in Jerusalem, in a speech to friendly students, he urged Israelis to compromise and put themselves in Palestinian shoes.
Camera 2.
Still ahead, a free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. We'll introduce you to a man trying to make it happen.
Plus, dollars add up as a school discount store, a local discount store, makes a big donation to promote reading education.
And clouds roll into Texoma, bringing rain along with them. Alan has your forecast when we come back.
Take it.